Yes, I can hear you clearly.
So Upendra was the secretary to the government of India in the Ministry of New Renewable Energy, and he was the founding director general of the International Solar Alliance. So Upendra, perhaps you can tell us how solar is developing in India and your vision of how it can accelerate, given the headquarters of your International Solar Alliance is there in Delhi.
Thank you, and good evening from 6,875 kilometers, and that is the distance between Glasgow and Delhi. I must first congratulate you for the brilliant presentation. In fact, my job has become easier. I can just tell you a real-time thing. In 2015, when the solar journey of India started with an impetus, and I was the Vice Minister, I handed over a brief note to the Prime Minister Modi. In one side of the page, I wrote in megawatt, and in the other side, I mentioned gigawatt. So the Prime Minister asked me, why in one page you wrote megawatt and why in one page you wrote gigawatt? A typical bureaucrat, I said, it is a mistake. He said, no, it is not a mistake. It is we are transiting in the mind from megawatt to gigawatt. And this is the romantic journey that India had since 2015. In 2015, we had a target of 20 gigawatt. And when India announced 100 gigawatt of solar, the world was taken aback. They said it's ambitious. And today, 46.3 gigawatt they have installed, 34 gigawatt they have at various stages of installation, 23.87 gigawatt in the tendering process. And yes, COVID was a big problem, because if you look at 2020, the investment in solar came down in India by 49%, unlike some of the countries like USA. And if you look at the sectors, the brilliant idea that Solar Park India brought in, which was very industry-friendly, investment-friendly, because land, labor, capital, and technology were put in the package. And rooftop has been a little slow, but off-grid is picking up. And why I'm talking about solar parks, rooftop, and even if we talk about off-grid, solar lanterns, home lighting systems, which actually address the issues of the society, of the community, street lights, agricultural solar pumps, some 2.7 million pumps the government of India have announced, and even solar cookers. But if you look at the institutional aspects of what solar revolution brought in India, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy was of course one of the oldest ministries, but a Solar Energy Corporation of India came up, all run with solar to promote solar parks. A whole public sector corporation came up. The financing agency, IREDA, the National Institute of Solar Energy, the National Institute of Wind Energy, the regulatory commissions, provincial regulatory commissions, and provinces play a very critical role. In fact, I speak from a province called Odisha, where in 1999 they lost some 10,000 people in cyclone, and today, whenever cyclone comes, and they come quite frequently, it is zero. The type of resilience they have developed and the type of adaptation for solar mechanisms they have made. Whenever a cyclone comes, the rooftop units are backed up and kept safely, and to be re-put after the cyclone goes. And in India also, as a part of the solar story, the Indian Solar Alliance is headquartered. There was a proposal of a World Solar Bank and Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure, which has become another international organization here. So to say that it is not only ideas that came in the solar revolution that we're talking about, new institutions cropped up, and actor, of course, the Prime Minister, many chief ministers, including the province that I mentioned, Odisha. You will find so many dedicated people for renewable energy, and that is the story India keeps on telling, that this is the duty of everybody to keep that globe safe. And I would like to say that the whole solar revolution in India is based on industrial support. It is mutual, very inclusive, and India, of course, provides 3 Ds: the democracy, the demography, and the demand. And given that India's per capita consumption of electricity is 1/3 of the global and 1/6 of that of China, maybe 1/12 of that of 1/18 of that of USA, it provides a bigger market for growth, and the expanding middle class, of course, will need more. And that is why, when India announced that by 2017 it's going to be going to be, net zero, promote net zero emission, and enhance its renewable energy to 500 gigawatt. And that is a dream, and that is going to provide the next future of solar in India. So it's actually a thrilling news, not only to talk about the sun in India, where 300 days in the year it smiles, and it is so, it doesn't, the supply never runs out, the prices never vary, the sun is free, and they say sunlight is oil in the air in India because we import around 80% of our oil, petroleum products.